to AC 24/7. I'm Aaron Dean. The terrifying door plunge blowout aboard an Alaska Airlines jet in January could happen again. Well, that's according to the head of the National Transportation Safety Board, a day after the agency released its preliminary report. The Alaska Air incident prompted the FAA to temporarily ground all 737 MAX 9s in the U.S. until they pass an inspection. This sent ripple effects of aviation safety concerns all the way to Capitol Hill. The Advocate Channel's Laura Aguirre has more on the federal investigation.
Of course, something like this can happen again.
Chilling words for any potential air travelers from the chair of the National Transportation Safety Board Wednesday.
There is no way that this plane should have been delivered with 4 safety-critical bolts missing.
Jennifer Homendy is referring to the Boeing-made 737 MAX 9 that suffered a traumatic door plug blowout during an Alaska Airlines flight last month. The NTSB said in their preliminary report Tuesday that 4 key bolts were missing.
By design, if the bolts are there, it prevents the door from translating upwards and disengaging from the stop fittings and flying off the plane.
The NTSB traced the missing bolts to Boeing's Washington State plant, where the plug was removed to make repairs before the jet was delivered to Alaska Airlines.
In order to remove the door plug, they had to remove the bolts, and they weren't put back in.
To find out why, they've requested process documentation from Boeing.
We're still waiting on that documentation, if it exists.
The search for answers is also reaching beyond Boeing.
We're also digging into FAA's oversight of Boeing.
Boeing's CEO has said that whatever the results of the investigation, Boeing accepts responsibility for what happened. As for safety, Homendy says passengers can fly with confidence.
I would have no problem tomorrow taking a flight on a MAX 9.
I'm Laura Aguirre reporting.
For the first time on record, new data shows global warming is breaching a critical limit. Now, according to data from Copernicus, over the past 12 months, it was 1.52 degrees Celsius hotter on average. That marks the first time on record that global warming surpassed 1.5 degrees Celsius within a year. The 2023 average was boosted by January being the hottest on record. The goal of the Paris Agreement signed in 2015 is to keep global warming below 2 degrees, but preferably 1.5. Over the past year, heat records on land and sea have also tumbled. President Biden is facing one less challenger for the Democratic presidential nomination. Author Marianne Williamson just announced that she is suspending her presidential campaign.
This one campaign is over now. But that larger arc of American history, it goes on. And it is my deepest hope that we in some way contributed to that larger story.
Her announcement comes after she came in third in the Nevada Democratic primary with less than 3% of the vote. She launched her campaign last March. Congressman Dean Phillips of Minnesota now remains the lone Democratic challenger to Biden. Meanwhile, the White House is teaming up with major American sports leagues to encourage healthy lifestyles. The partnership is part of a White House challenge to end hunger and increase healthy eating and physical activity by 2030. In total, 14 sports leagues and players associations have signed agreements with the President's Council on Sports, Fitness, and Nutrition. Disney has announced a major push into video games. The entertainment giant is investing $1.5 billion to acquire an equity stake in Epic Games, the maker of popular video game Fortnite. The two companies will collaborate on a game and entertainment universe using Disney's stories and characters. This move comes as Netflix also ramps up its expansion into gaming. Download the Advocate Channel app on your phone or smart TV and follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok for the latest updates, and subscribe on YouTube. There's more Advocate Channel entertainment and news coming up after the break. I'm Aaron Dean.